Just so you know, same as yesterday, body cams were recorded. I'll probably end up just propping it here. It's easier than wearing it and getting in the way.
Okay. I'm scared.
Nothing to be scared about. Like you said.
Arrest?
No, you're absolutely not under arrest, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna go listen to someone else.
No, that's fine. These things are kind of finicky. So.
You have a bottle of water? Maybe?
I do, yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Thank you.
Should I have a bottle of water here? Yeah. No, I'm good. So my camera is on. Just so you know, it's over there. We'll wait till he comes back before we talk. How are you doing since?
I'm awful.
Yeah,
Horrible.
obviously it's.
I'm confused. I'm as confused as this family because, you know, I've got reports that things are looking good.
Yeah. No, when we were talking to you, it seemed like it was
Mount Auburn Hospital.
positive, yeah.
I don't know how it all tanked from there.
Yeah. No, and we have like I would argue, the best hospitals in America, to be honest. I mean, there's people that fly in from like the Dominican Republic to Logan Airport to go to our hospitals, so I would think you would have the best chance of survival at our hospitals, but obviously something happened. You want to give me water?
Hey.
Have you talked to his family then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How's your son doing? Was he close to him?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I consider the Leroy stepson and Leroy the same.
So obviously, like I said in your driveway, I do death investigations. That's all we do. When we met in the driveway, it was preemptive because I had talked to hospital staff and they did inform us, there was a possibility that what happened last night could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't have the crystal ball, so everything I said last time about we come out, get our ducks in a row, pray for the best, hope I can just take the case and throw it in the trash because the person makes a full recovery and it's no longer a death, so I'm no longer involved. The unfortunate part of my job is this is what happens. I do have my recorder on as well. I know he has his body camera on. But so your son, is he at home right now then?
He's on his way.
Okay. Where is he at right now?
With his girlfriend, picking her up from school.
Okay. All right. Was she in college?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd she go to school at?
I believe Necco. I'm not sure.
Neck, do you know what it is?
Cable.
Oh.
No.
What's
Northern,
Necco?
Northern Nexus.
Community college. Community college. Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So you're probably wondering why you're here. Like I said, we need to talk about the death. Go back over the facts now that we know it's an actual death, and then move on from there. Before I start, I do need to just read you your rights. There's a mess.
I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm required to read Miranda words. Yeah, I have to read it. I know. So, if you have the right to remain silent, do you understand what that means? Yes. Anything you say can or will be used against you in court. Do you understand what that means? You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have him or her with you during questioning. Do you understand what that means? If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand what that means? If you decide to answer questions now, you still have the right to stop questioning at any time. Do you understand what that means? Do you understand what I've read to you?
Yes.
Okay. What is the date?
Today's the 14th.
And what's the time?
4:05. 16:05.
Okay. This is for your rights. And then you have the option if you want to talk to me or not, obviously.
My favorite class was here.
Do you want me to read anything to you? If you can't read anything, I can read it to to you if you point the pen.
So I can
at me.
say, no, I'm not going to talk to you?
You can say whatever you want. Yeah, yep, 100%. It's up to you. Like I said.
Can I refuse to sign this? So what does all this mean?
Yeah, if
I
you-
don't understand it. I feel
Just
like
so you
I'm
know.
going to be behind bars and I'm scared.
Just so you know.
I'm
You are
scared.
not. You are
I'm
not.
scared.
You're not under.
I have told everybody.
Okay. Judy, I don't want to get you worked up. I don't want to get you. You are not under arrest. You are not like in custody. You're gonna walk out this door after we talk to you. I understand that this is a very intimidating thing, and it's just when you read it to people, the reaction that we're getting right now. That I can't say that's not uncommon. I'm guaranteeing you that you are walking out this door. Like you are not under arrest. Like you're not in handcuffs. We came to your house. We asked you to come here voluntarily. I'm not lying to you about that. You are not
So you
under
know,
arrest.
if we had your son in here, if we had little Leroy in here, if we had anyone else in here that we were asking, we would do the same exact thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just part of our policy when someone's at the police station, that we have to give them their rights.
And inform them. And you can make whatever decision you're comfortable with. I'm not pushing you on anything. I think that was the wrong box.
Oh.
I think it's the top one.
It's this one is where you sign if you check yes. This very yes. Sorry, that says signature.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just put that sign and put a line to it.
So,
She even would do initial now. Can you sign as well, actually, for me? All right.
he said this wasn't to freak you out.
Yeah.
Just something we have to do when someone's here. We understand that you're at a police station, so we have to read you your rights just in case. So the real reason we're here is just to have the same conversation we had
Yeah,
2
yesterday.
days ago.
Or sorry, I keep saying yesterday, 2 days ago. So anyways, like, yeah, the front lobby's right here. Like, we didn't like bring you up back. So I know you don't do this every day, so it can be misinterpreted. But anyway, so this is going to be redundant for you. Can we rehash? So what leading up, this goes 72 hours before the death. So it happened on Friday morning. So that's what, Thursday, Wednesday. So Tuesday morning, can you bring me from Tuesday morning, you with Leroy, and can you bring me up to Friday morning at, I believe the phone call was 8:02. So all the time before. So you're supposed to start with Tuesday morning at 8:30 or when you woke up, whatever time that was.
Well, I'm not sure. Tuesday morning, we were both home. I had dentist appointment.
Okay.
I can't remember, but I know I went out and got groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came home, Leroy was gone.
Okay.
He took off in his truck. And I told my tenant in the cottage that we were coming to fix her floor.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to text her back and say, sorry, he's gone, and I don't know when he'll be back. And he took off on me. And which always, makes me sad. But he did come home. And I was putting groceries away. And he had a round plastic container, which I will assume were perks. I never saw them. Mm-hmm. I really don't know what they look like. Mm-hmm. If I came across one. He shook it, and it sounded like there were maybe, I know there were more than 5, I think maybe 10. Mm-hmm. And he told me that he had to go over to we call it the CUNT. And because he realized she had taken his disability money goes on like a prepaid card
Who are
each
you
month.
talking about?
Barbara.
Oh,
Okay.
Barbara Randall. Okay.
And that she took his card and he wanted it back. But obviously he got something else. I don't know where. I don't know what happens I don't know where he goes for them. But that whole Seabrook is a den of drugs. And he asked me if I wanted one, which I'm like, I'm allergic to them. I'll throw it right up. It'd be pointless. I said, no. Why would I want one of those? And I don't remember what we did after that, actually.
And that was, about what time was that?
1 or 2?
On Tuesday? Okay.
Did you take the Percocets on Tuesday?
I didn't see him take them.
Did you ever see like an altered status of him like after at all? Like anything that went
I
bad? Did you
can't.
take them or
I'm
no?
trying to remember Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know that part. I do remember because I was trying to recall things myself.
Yep.
I don't know what happened after that. No.
Okay.
But he didn't work on the floor in the cottage. I know that. Because it was Thursday that he crawled up out there and actually took a look. Because we had been doing so much to the yard to pack for Florida. And he got, at Wednesday,
And overall on Tuesday,
I don't know.
how would you say he was like? So I'm trying to envision like you said he got Percocets, but you didn't see like a change in his status, and nothing to like lead you to believe that he was like using Percocets on Tuesday. Like, did he seem like his like normal self, like normal Leroy? Nothing like that was raising a red flag in your head.
well, normal Leroy. I mean, he's bipolar. He's got a lot of emotions. So
Oh, okay.
I don't really know. And I don't know what it looks like.
Okay.
Or if he actually took them or still had them or, you know, what was the purpose of taking them in the first place. So I know he's always had back problems. His back hurts him. I don't believe anybody should ever be in pain.
But I think he was using the Percocet for the pain.
I can relate. I just had back surgery 5 months ago.
Yeah, I can't speak to it.
I can. Back pain is actually hard.
I can't speak to it, but you know, Leroy was his own man. He did what he wanted, and you don't tell him what to do. You just don't.
Okay.
And you know, you don't ruffle the water.
And what makes you say that? Like, what's his demeanor like? Typically, like, what would make you say like about Leroy? You don't want to ruffle the water with him.
Well, he doesn't. He won't ask. Like if I asked him where did you go, he wouldn't tell me, but he offered the information.
Okay.
So a lot of times I just assume it's over there, and when he comes home, he comes home, and that's.
Is it kind of
My
like
life.
interpreting kind of almost like a one-way street? Like, I'll tell you if I want to tell you type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah, I lived with it.
Yeah.
So
How
that's
long-
my, that's just
how
how
long
much I
has
love
that
that.
dynamic been going on where Barbara's been in the picture as well as you? I understand that would be challenging to say the least. Has it been like a year or?
No, longer, since 2016.
Okay, it's like 6 years. Okay, that's been going. But prior, because how long were you with Leroy for? In like a dating relationship?
2012.
So 10 years. So would you say you had the first 4 years of your relationship was pretty, like just, I guess you and him? Okay, and then all of a sudden, 2016.
He meets up with this woman and she hooked him on the perks.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay. Okay. So Tuesday, wakes up, he gets Percocets from Barbara, comes home. You can't say if he took or didn't take them. He might still have them, the next day because you didn't see a change in his status. Kind of sounds like he's, based on you mentioning bipolar, that like he's not necessarily consistently the same person.
Sometimes, and you don't ask questions.
I can hit play again and see what happens.
Then, and sometimes he's.
It worked.
I All right.
It works on the computer.
Shall we, well, let's see what Ms. Draper can do. Try kicking it. That's my solution to every electronic
I
problem.
don't even have it on play.
Yeah.
That's just a.
Some sort of
Speaker.
feedback in the speakers.
Let me try hit play.
Really happy, he loves his dog.
Should I go back a couple seconds?
Yes, I would think so.
How long were you with Leroy for? In like a dating relationship?
2012.
So 10 years. So would you say you had the first 4 years of your relationship was pretty, like just, I guess you and him? Okay, and then this one in
He
2006.
meets up with this woman and she hooked him on the perks.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay. Okay. So Tuesday, wakes up, he gets Percocets from Barbara, comes home. You can't say if he took or didn't take them. He might still have them, the next day because you didn't see a change in his status. Kind of sounds like he's, based on you mentioning bipolar, I feel like he's not necessarily consistently the same person.
Sometimes he's just quiet and moody, and sometimes, and you don't ask questions then, and sometimes he's really happy, he loves his dog.
Is it the dog we just salt? Okay. Okay, so then it sounds like nothing really eventful with the exception of obviously purchasing Percocets on Tuesday. So then he spends the night he's at your house, sleeps there. I'm assuming you wake up Wednesday and
I don't remember Wednesdays.
well, if it's
I would have to look. I would have to look around and say, well, what did we do? I mean, we watched TV.
it's like 2 days before his birthday, maybe getting prepared for that. I don't know. Wednesday routines. No.
I don't recall. I really don't. I don't recall it being
Seems like
nothing eventful, obviously.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd obviously go and check on the cottage.
Sorry, you say the cottage. What's that?
Well, if you came up my back stairs, it was that house on the other side of the stairs, up the ramp.
So you go up the ramp.
A little further up the ramp, and on the left is a cottage. It's got the same siding and everything.
Okay. And do you own the cottage? And is that when you say he was doing the floors and stuff? Is that where he's working on? Is he renovating it for you, basically?
She had a problem. The floorboards was like sinking, and he wanted to go in and fix it. But finally, on Thursday, he said he would.
Okay. And when you say she is, do you own that piece of property and you're renting it out? Okay, got it. Do you own the whole building that you're in, that you rent to your son, I'm assuming, or maybe let him stay there, and then the third floor you rent out to somebody else? So you're basically a landlord. Is that what you do for work? Or a primary source of income?
No, I'm a retired teacher,
Oh, retired. What did you teach at?
Middleton.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
That's okay.
I can talk a lot. So Wednesday kind of sounds uneventful. Is there anything out of the ordinary that happened on Wednesday? Do you think you took Percocets on Wednesday? Anything where you saw an altered status with him?
I don't know. I'd have to look and see what happened on.
If you say look and see, what do you mean?
Well, like go look around the house
Anything
and see
trigger your memory?
what was going on.
Do you remember what you had for dinner, or do you usually cook dinner?
Usually, I cook something. Yeah.
So you remember what you had for dinner? That might help. Sometimes that.
No, she does. Yeah.
Did you order out?
Yeah, because I'll remember this night I had steak. Oh yeah.
No.
Pizza. It's usually.
Just go through the list.
Sometimes he just sleeps. So maybe that's what was going on.
Is that from drugs? You think?
he had a lot of medical issues, so I don't know.
So you had told us the
He'll
other day that.
go days without sleeping at all. You know, a couple hours is good for him, so.
And then he'll go the opposite where he'll sleep.
Does he like sleep through the day and stay up more at night? Because the other day you said he was
Yeah.
up till like 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
watched TV. Is that a typical?
That is.
Was he up until 4 a.m. or did he wake up at 4:30 a.m.?
He was up.
He was up. Yeah, I thought you said he
got
woke
there.
up at 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, uneventful. He's not like abusing Percocets or anything like that. Okay, so now we're at. Did he go to bed Wednesday night? Like he didn't stay up all night or anything? I know it's
Yeah.
a weird question.
Yeah.
He went to
It was
bed.
just-
Nothing crazy.
Yep, because we woke up together and it was Thursday. And he's like, well, we got lots to do today. You know, so he's a man on a mission when he's ready to roll.
Yep.
And he had to clean out the van. He had it all planned out. He was cleaning out the van. He's going to put the stuff that we were going to buy another trailer from his little Leroy's uncle, Billy Eaton. Oh, Leroy, you did have that conversation with Billy Eaton on Wednesday, so I do remember him talking on the phone.
Billy Eaton is
Is Leroy's uncle,
Leroy's uncle. He had that conversation on Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. You know what side of the family Billy's on?
Pardon me?
What side of the family? Like, is it church
He's,
family?
Well, his, Tammy had a baby with Billy Eaton.
Who's Tammy?
Tammy's his sister. Leroy's sister.
Leroy's sister's
Yeah.
Tammy? Okay.
Who was William Jr.
Okay.
And,
I don't know if I keep track of all these people.
yeah, young Leroy,
Yep.
or my Leroy, had little Leroy with Billy Eaton's sister.
Okay, so Billy. Okay.
I don't
And
know.
that's Tammy? Is that what you said?
And you said Tammy's the sister.
Mary.
Mary's the sister?
Mary.
Mary's the mother of little Leroy.
Mary's the mother of little Leroy, passed of drugs years ago.
Oh, she passed away. Okay.
Yep.
So, R.I.P. And then Leroy, I'll just say Junior, because it'll get confusing with two Leroys.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a son named Leroy, Bill, and then Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill is his, sorry, I can say again what Bill is to him. He's a brother-in-law? Or a brother? What was Bill to senior Leroy, the older one?
My brother-in-law. Yeah.
He was the
yeah.
brother. Okay, sorry. I'm catching myself up to speed.
I don't know if they married.
Okay.
Did they marry?
I think, and then you mentioned a Tammy. You said is a sister of Big Leroy.
Right.
Okay. Sorry, not to interrupt you. So what about that?
What about what?
You were just mentioning like him talking to
Pull the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer and all that.
Right. So, just something I remember from Wednesday. That's all.
Okay. And then Thursday, wake up, normal time.
Yeah. Well,
Is normal 4:30? Is that what a normal
Yeah.
day is for him?
Yeah.
So that day wasn't normal then, 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, that's pretty early. I'm being honest
Yeah.
with
No, it was done 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock.
you. Okay, so he wakes up Thursday and then.
And so we had, things to do. So I go out and he's in the van, and he wanted me to help him in the van, and then I realized I'm really not only just standing here. I got bigger fish to fry in the house, packing things up.
And this is for Florida.
For Florida, yeah. So, I asked him, do you need me here or can I do something else? He said, yeah, but I'll need help when this time comes. Or I'm like, okay, well, just holler for me. And he's out there working and I'm in the house working and packing. And he took the boxes of things that I packed, put them in the back of the van because the things he put towards the front of the van he was giving to his his stepson.
Okay.
Not blood.
Not blood. Who's his stepson?
Michael Hawkins.
Michael Hawkins. Okay. So he's packing all day Thursday, is it all day, half the day?
Oh, yeah. By the time we got to the cottage, the sun was going down. So,
Is he driving all this stuff down to Florida then?
oh, well, there's a lot of stuff in the back of the truck. He put all the, like lawnmowers and generator,
To go down
and
there?
wrapped it all up and put it as a forward part of the bed. And everything on the end, we were bringing to little Leroy's work
Okay.
to toss in the dumpster.
Trash.
Yeah.
Got it, okay. Alright, so, I guess I'll go back to the Percocets. Did he do the Percocets Friday?
I have no idea. I
Any
really
altered-
don't. I just know they have them, and
Yeah. And then you don't
I don't know where he
after
puts
that.
them. I don't know where he hides
You
them.
said Barbara's the one. Is she selling Percocets to him?
I don't know.
Okay. Providing, maybe? Maybe not selling?
There's an awful lot of drugs being sold in and out of that house.
Got it. Okay. Picking up what you're saying.
Adderall.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so is there anything that is out of the ordinary for Friday?
Thursday.
Or sorry, my bad. Thursday. Yep, Thursday.
I'm just working.
Nope.
I keep doing that when I'm on the day off.
Yeah. No, we just kept working, and we came in.
You guys have for lunch? Like a lunch break?
Yeah.
What do you guys have for lunch?
I don't know. Maybe grilled cheese. I don't know. Sometimes he won't eat either if he's working. He just works straight through.
So the reason I'm asking was he eating enough all week? Was he getting, nutrients and
Water.
He lived on pie and cupcakes.
pie and cupcakes?
So do you
Yeah, cookies
describe
and
his
milk.
diet is unhealthy?
Yeah, I would, as much as I try.
So unhealthy diet as well as narcotics. And then the other day you said cocaine too. I'm not saying you did cocaine or Percocets in the last 72 hours before, but narcotics. Did you smoke cigarettes? Cigars?
Way too much.
Smoker?
Yep.
Okay, alright. Okay, so is that everything for Thursday, the day before? Packing, everything's normal. And then obviously Friday, I know that's when it gets crazy. So Friday, and just to clarify, just to make sure we heard it right, he woke up at 4:30 Friday, right? He didn't stay up all night till 4:30?
He was up when I checked on him at midnight
Oh, so
because
he
it
wasn't.
was
Okay,
because it was his birthday.
okay, yep.
He likes to. He goes out in the porch and watches porn on his phone.
And that's at night.
At night.
Okay.
This is Thursday.
So around midnight.
I went in to say happy birthday to him. Asked him if he wanted to open his presents. He said, no, I'll do it later. And Trevor came.
Did you then go to bed, or did he go to bed?
He went out in the back room, like I said.
When we say the
I'm in-
bathroom, is that
the room
one
you walk
door?
into.
That's the back room.
Yes. Yes.
So he went into the back room,
Right.
and then you went into your bedroom.
Mhm.
And then when did you next see
He
him?
would text, his porn and comment, and I'd roll my eyes because it's like repetitive
Yeah.
comment back. So my sleep was really kind of broken up. And then but I must have dozed, and I heard the metal we had made a pile of metal stuff that he had someone, a friend he knew, Guinea, who picks it up. And Guinea was coming at 11 on Friday to pick the metal up, but at 4:30 in the morning, I could hear from the front of the house somebody clang like a big piece on the ground, and I looked out, and it wasn't Guinea's truck, it was a different person. And I went out to the back room and I asked him. He said, no, Guinea's coming at 11, that's why I know that.
What did you ask him?
Asked him,
Who's out?
does he have people who work with him? you know, or for him and pick things up? And he said no. And he said Kenny was coming at 11.
Did you wake him up or he was still up there?
He was up.
Watching TV
It looked like he might have dozed at the same time I did.
Okay. So was it somebody random who's picking up the scraps?
Yeah,
Outside?
somebody just
So it
drove
just happened
by.
to be someone driving by, grabbed the side.
Yeah. And he
So
said,
probably stealing the scraps, right? Like you guys didn't have a free sign on it, or was it?
well, it was obvious it was a pile.
Oh, okay.
Not
So, okay.
scrap.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And so I went back to bed.
This is at 4:30. Okay.
He said he'd be right in. When it was around 6:30, 6:35-ish, he comes into the bedroom. And I'm a light sleeper, and he woke me and he said, my legs won't work. I just fell 3 times, you know, walking through the kitchen area to the bedroom. Had to go to the bathroom. And I said, well, let me help you. And clearly, he was legless. And he's a big guy. I did my best. I got him to the bathroom. He kept telling him, hold on to the wall so you don't fall. And he did, and he peed, I guess. He had told me about a month ago he was having trouble peeing. And he's dizzy all the time. So I get him back into bed. And now I don't know if I took him to pee first, but he was in bed anyway, and he says, you got too many clothes on. And, you know, I took him off. We had sex.
So he wasn't complaining of his legs.
No, he told me he had fallen 3 times, but he either got into bed or I helped him pee and then got into bed. So, after that, he said to me, I'm going to die. You know that, don't you? And I told him, stop, you know. That's what he usually says to me, stop. If I ask questions about where he's going to stop. So he stopped, so he used to back at me. And
Why do you think he said that?
I think he knew. I think he knew things were wrong.
And that's the first time he's ever mentioned something like that.
No,
Not
he was
feeling
actually,
well.
he'd actually said those words to me before. And usually after sex he says, you're killing me. This time it was different.
You know I'm gonna die. Yeah. Did he seem to have like a break in, like he woke up, he says his legs aren't working and he needs help going to the bathroom, and then you guys had intercourse. Did he seem to be, I guess, physically and mentally like coherent during the intercourse, or did like, did it, it seem like his legs and stuff weren't working at that time, I guess?
Well, he was laying down, so, he didn't say anything. I didn't mention, he wasn't complaining, I mean.
So
it
that
was
time,
just-
did you assume like it was kind of, he was probably better?
Right.
Maybe having like an episode that seemed better at that time? Okay. So that's 6:30. I know the phone call was made at about 8 in the morning. What was after in that hour and a half window up until the phone call?
Well, I guess it's like 7:15.
Okay.
And he, where's my dog? I think he said, where's my dog? Or did he have to go to the bathroom again? I don't recall.
Referring to Salt?
Salt, yes, he loves his dog. And I think he went to reach for him and he fell out of bed. had wrapped himself up in the blankets and slid right off the bed to the floor. Now my bed is up, it's up high.
Yeah.
And
Did you hear a thump?
oh yeah. I got up, I put a pillow under his head
Where were you when that happened?
in bed.
Oh, so you were in bed next to him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
And I put a pillow under his head thinking, oh, he'll just, whatever it is, sleep it off on the floor. But he just continued to try to get up and try to get up and try to get up. And I tried to help him, and I'd get him to a point and he'd, fall and push me against the wall, the door jamb in the closet. And I'm like, this is, Leroy, you just gotta settle. I said, just stay where you are and I'll make you comfortable. But I did ask him, do I need to call an ambulance? Because as he was kind of falling around the bedroom, I just kept hoping, putting my hand or, guiding or pushing things away so he wouldn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
The sharp corner of the bed,
Oh, yeah.
things like that. And I would ask him, what's my name? What's your name? And he wasn't responding. He didn't talk to me. And then, I guess a little after 8, he said, call the ambulance, and I did.
Okay.
Was he able to get any other words out besides that? Over the course of that time,
No.
was he talking the whole time, or he just
No. He was just struggling, and even when he got to the hospital, struggling to get out of that bed. I don't know what it was in his head that he needed to. There was this something driving him.
That can happen. With like an altered mental state.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he wasn't speaking. But he
Did
did.
he have his phone with him or anything?
His phone would have been in the back room somewhere.
Oh. What kind of phone does he have?
iPhone,
An iPhone? What color is it?
black.
Okay.
So just so I can get a reference, I'm assuming that I know the answer, but at 4:30 in the morning when he came in, was he worse then, or was he worse after the fall from the bed?
He was worse after the fall.
After the fall from the bed. So he...
At this point, he wasn't articulating any words.
Yeah.
His eyes were kind of closed.
How would you describe, like, his behavior? Like, did he seem like he was, like, high or drunk?
He was out of it.
Having, like,
He was out of it. It was like a legless drunk, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you call 911. Actually, I haven't even asked this. You two are the only ones in the second floor, right, the whole time, because nobody else lives there. All right, I kind of figured that, but you call 911. Did you notify your son or anyone? Did he ever come up to like help Leroy?
Well, Douglas had texted me, are you okay? He didn't know what was going on, but the floor, he's thumping on the floor.
Yeah. So you texted to see if you were okay. And then I'm assuming first responders came.
Yeah.
And then what? Can you just walk me through what that was?
And they said, did he take anything? And I said, I've seen this before. And I know it was winter time of the 2019. When everybody's kind of really locked up tight in their house.
Yeah.
And, but very similar. I had to follow him around, in that all, he had another story going on in his head. And he spoke gibberish and, truthfully, I didn't know what to do. He, had legs, but he was stumbling. And, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Now it's 2019. How did he recover from that?
He slept.
You slept, slept it off. So you didn't call an ambulance. So
I did.
Would you say 2019, although it was similar, was it as bad as what just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. And, okay. Maybe you just got lucky.
Because I'd be asking him, what did you take? What did you take?
Mm.
And, because he left the house. And then he came back. I didn't think he would. But he came back. I didn't see him take anything.
Sorry, was this 2019 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, all of a sudden, he was somewhere else.
Okay. And when this Friday, so when you woke up at 4:30, I'll just say altered mental status. So he was in an altered mental status until about 6:30 in the house. Was he just like laying in the bed, or just like kind of watching TV? I guess I don't know what he was doing.
Ask your question again.
Like, so 4:30, like he wakes up, and then you said there was like that, like he came into you at like 4:30, saying like,
No, it's 6:30. He comes.
Oh, he comes into you. Okay. So, sorry, maybe I misheard then. What was the 4:30 part?
The scrap.
The scrap metal.
You heard the scrap metal. Then you.
And he was verbal and could explain to me, it's not getting. He said, oh well, whoever's taking it is taking it. It's gone.
When you went up there, did you see him eating or drinking anything? Like, does he usually have like a table with
Soda.
soda?
He takes orange soda.
Orange.
So, okay.
Yeah,
Is that his like go-to orange soda?
kind of. Right now it is.
Does that go well with the sweets and pies, like you said?
Yes.
I'm a coffee guy myself. But.
Does he like to drink coffee?
He does not drink coffee.
No coffee.
I don't think he's ever had a cup of coffee.
When you came in at 6:30, did he make himself breakfast or something for us?
Nope.
When he came in?
No. I don't think he can boil water.
Oh really? That's not. So that explains the pie thing. I
Yeah,
guess.
that makes that
Well,
makes
easier.
sense.
What's his normal routine in the morning? What does he do for breakfast and if he doesn't cook?
He'll ask me to make him something.
Okay.
I made him dropped eggs. That might have been Wednesday, actually.
Dropped
Wednesday
eggs?
morning, dropped eggs, on toast. You crack them and boil them in water.
Oh, like eggs Benedict?
Yeah, like that.
Oh,
That
okay.
kind of egg, yes.
Got it. Okay.
And I cooked them too much.
Did he? So from 4:30 on until when the police get there, did he ever leave the house, go anywhere? Did he ever walk out that door and go outside to go anywhere, like where you lost sight of him? So he was.
Not that I know of.
No. So
No.
4:30 to about 8 in the morning, he was in the house.
Yeah.
And then he had an altered mental status, and there was a sexual intercourse, and then there was the basically increased altered mental status after a fall on the bed. Okay. All right, and he didn't eat anything, he didn't drink anything, he took an orange soda. He had an orange soda, he didn't eat anything, and you didn't see him ingest any narcotics or anything like that. Smoke cigarettes? You see him smoking?
Ton of cigarettes.
Does he smoke inside, like the
Yeah.
house?
So that's kind of just par for the course, the smoking. Okay. All right, and then I guess when the police, fire, and EMS come, they transport him. He
I
goes,
did that. Hang on one sec. He did say, "Give me a cigarette."
when was that?
Before the
4:30.
after calling, and I'm like, "I'm not getting you a cigarette."
After calling the ambulance?
Yes.
Okay.
So he did have more words to say, and I was
Okay.
like, "No, I'm not getting you a
What did you
cigarette."
think was going on?
Huh?
What did you feel like was going on with him?
He was drugged,
Okay.
Drug?
obviously.
So he thought it was like maybe like a medical overdose or something like that? Like
No.
an overdose?
No.
Oh, that.
I don't know.
I
I
interpret.
don't know what that is.
I interpret drugs as.
I look at an overdose as, you're out. And he really wasn't out.
Okay, so you're still like moving around and
Mobile.
Yeah, it's the overdose usually like they're nodding off and
Yeah.
like they're
Mm-hmm.
they're out. Yeah, I agree. So then he goes to Anna Jake's hospital. I remember you mentioning something about a healthcare proxy. Was that at Anna Jake's or was that at Mount Auburn?
I was his healthcare proxy.
Okay.
And they told me all his scans came. See, but here's my confusion. All his scans, the tests they did were normal.
Anna Jake.
Anna Jake's.
Okay.
His heart pacemaker, they told me, was doing its job.
Okay.
The oxygen thing kept falling off his hand. And
Yeah, I feel like that happens.
And she said, oh, he doesn't need that anymore. His oxygen is fine. And then, he's agitated still. You know, he's still trying to struggle.
Do you know where he is?
I don't think he knew. Well, I don't know because he wouldn't say my name. He didn't say his name, but you know, where's my dog? So,
How many times did he say that?
well, he said that at home, and he said it at Anna Jake's before they sedated him. You know, the nurses all kind of looked at me like, you know, how come he's not asking for you? And I said, I take second place to the dog policy. But all of those things were good.
Yeah. I agree.
I stayed and,
So then when did they find out that he needed to move to Mount Auburn?
well, they said that to me. They didn't have a bed anywhere.
For like higher level of care.
Yeah. They didn't have a bed there, and the closest ICU bed was at Anna Jake's.
Mount Auburn.
Mount Auburn, yes.
Okay. Why did he have to go to ICU? Just because he wasn't coming out of it? They couldn't figure out. If you said his tests were all fine.
Well, the scans and the things, I think they didn't do any other tests. Those are the only ones they mentioned to me. They intubated him then around 6 o'clock at Anna Jake's
Before they transferred him.
before they transferred him.
And did you said something about his kidneys too? Like weren't working or something, right?
Yes. So I called the Mount Auburn around 9 to check and see how things are, and the doctor called me back.
Do you remember what the doctor's name was?
I wrote it down, I think, and she spelled it for me, but I couldn't really understand her. But I asked her to repeat, so I really understood because this was important, and they wanted my permission to give him dialysis.
So they never caught any of that at Anna Jake's?
I don't believe so.
Like they didn't put him on
Nope.
sort of things?
Nope.
Okay. So then he gets transferred to Mount Auburn, and that's when you're talking with the doctor, they want to put him on dialysis.
Right.
Okay.
So they need you as the proxy
So
to
give
give
permission.
Because at this time, is he like nonverbal?
He's ventilated.
Sorry, I got a text. I should have paid attention.
Ms. Strasnick?
So he's
Jurors, I think we'll take the morning recess at this